We are back here on Girl Talk. Yes, we have a special show for you today. JJeremiah has joined us. She's the new general manager of WHHI. We're super excited to have her. And Erin and I have oodles of fun questions to ask. First of all, we love having a woman as a general manager. Am I allowed to say that? I think that's wonderful. This is Girl Talk, for heaven's sakes.
It's the appropriate venue for
right,
that.
Exactly. It's terrific. And looking forward to sort of listening a bit to thoughts when you move down, goals and objectives, sort of short term, and then what you would see moving forward as
the vision.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I love that you're kind of thinking of it in these pieces, because I am too. And the short term for me is re-engaging with this community and with all the fabulous people that not only work for the station but are part of the station, and just kind of seeing the lay of the land.
Right.
Because what's fun is this is such a tight-knit community, but it's also a growing community.
Very fastly growing.
And wow, has it changed in just a decade, really.
Right.
It's been so much growth, especially as you get beyond the bridge, even into Bluffton and
Had you been
beyond.
back before?
I visited,
Okay.
but I've spent when I visited, I've mostly spent time on the island.
Sure.
And not really spending as much time seeing how much has grown beyond.
So
And
you're in,
Bluffton
yes,
is
you're
really
in
booming.
Bluffton now. My kids are in Rose Hill. You're in Bluffton. You're in I mean, it is
Incredible.
it's blossoming.
Yes.
I mean, not even blossoming, it's flat out blooming.
Oh, yes.
It is. And it's fun to see that, what a great span. And it's grown in such a beautiful way. A lot of times when communities grow at this pace, it doesn't always keep that same feel.
Right.
This is such a special area, and it's managed to keep what's special while also still getting bigger. So I'm just re-engaging with that at this time. And the great thing about coming in at this time to this station is there is a wonderful staff in place that has been with the station, and the hosts, the personalities, who are all so tenured. I was reading how many years everyone had been, and kind of digging in.
That's a scary thought.
I don't even want to ask you how long you've been.
I don't think
I
I
know.
know.
You don't know?
I don't
Well,
know.
I won't say it on air. We'll talk later. We'll talk on the break. But
It's
Debbie's still 29. Okay?
in my mind I am. I'm only 68. I got lots of years. I'm like Barbara Walters. Is she gone yet?
no, you're such a staple of this station, Debbie. It's really a treat to be able to be on, as your guest here today, and get to work with you some more. So getting to know the team and just seeing where they need help, where can I fill in the gaps and support them, because as the community grows, the station grows, which is wonderful. But it takes a village to keep everything going. So.
And I think the fun part is change is good. We've had more fun doing the shows where it's been different generations, and it's fun. We had the young girl on the other day, and it's just fun to see the new generation. All right, they're our future.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Think about Paisley and Primley.
That's right.
We
Yikes.
like bringing children on this.
We love bringing.
right?
Yeah,
We have to meet them too.
We
Yeah.
have children, animals. It's all good.
We've got one under the
emoji.
coffee table that you can't
Exactly. So share with us a little bit about some of the thoughts that you have moving forward. What do you hope to see?
Yeah, and I love that question too, because I think that there's so much good. The foundation is so solid. But there's also so many entrepreneurs in the area coming, building businesses.
Yes.
I'd love to focus more on some of those stories, and really work a lot with the personalities that are the face of the station and getting out in the community a little bit more, maybe being more present as we roll out of this coronavirus pandemic,
love
of course.
that.
Right, exactly. I do too. We've always pitched for
We
that.
really thrive on getting out and on location. I think it's so fun.
Well, the viewers love that too, because they feel, I know me, being a fan of the shows early on, well before I was, part of the station, you feel connected
You do.
to people on air.
Exactly.
And, they're right here in the community really understanding what the community feel is. And so to be able to be a part of an event or, you know, some things out in the community where you can really meet those personalities firsthand, I think is great. So we've got a lot of fun things like that on the horizon, and I look forward to getting, you know, your feedback, the team's feedback on some other needs that we have, but growth for sure.
Well, and knowing you as well as I do, I think one of the things that I really like about Jessa is she's very user-friendly. And I know that sounds like such a silly thing. No,
I love that.
But it's really important, I think, for everyone to know that you do want feedback. And so I think for all the community members, advertisers, viewers, share with us some things that would really interest you. We all have our points of view, but gosh, that's just great feedback for you to have moving forward.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's so easy, you know, when you're in it, you know, it's busy, and so it's fun to get some outside perspectives, you know. I think that's great. But we have a lot of growth, you know, on the horizon, and you know, television has changed so much.
Digital.
Obviously. Yes, we're doing digital now. That branch of our business is going to grow for sure.
Right.
Which is a great tie-in to television and to local.
Sure.
Because they work together so nicely. And even though the landscape of media and television has changed so much, the one thing that has stayed really solid is people want to watch local content.
Correct. 100%.
So what we do is so relevant, even as the world becomes more digital, as we become more tech savvy. Local's not going to go away, and the need for it's not going to go away.
We want a foundation. It's like a family foundation, a community foundation. We all look for terra firma. We look for something we can ground ourselves on. And I think that is the power of local television, is you do get to know and develop relationships with the people that you live around. I think it's brilliant.
Well, what's unique too is that she was the on-air personality as well. How did you segue into the role of managing?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. How did that happen?
By accident, but I was good.
Yeah, I mean, I sort of fell into media, you know, and I was going to share my first story. I shared it with the team, and you may remember, Debbie, but I was invited to be on HHI by not a stranger, but someone I didn't know real well yet that I knew at the gym. Actually, on behalf of another business, was my very first experience. Let's see if you remember this one, Debbie.
Oh, Lord.
So the person that was supposed to come on was too nervous to do it. So he asked me. I had never been in television either. I wasn't really sure why he was asking me to do this segment on his behalf. But I said yes for whatever reason, and was terrified to do this interview. I mean, I was really nervous. And so I show up to do the interview, and of course the host is fabulously warm and so professional and so inviting. And of course that station is WHHI. The man who invited me is now my husband, and that wonderful warm host, of course, is Debi Lynes. And that experience shaped the rest of my media career. It really did, and it stuck with me for, you know, forever, because it had I not had such a warm experience, I might not be in this industry. And, you know, for whatever reason, having said yes to that, it really got me into this. And I loved the local aspect of it.
Me too.
I loved how that connection was, and it just unfolded.
It's all good. Well, Jessa,
Wow.
welcome home. I'm so
Welcome
glad
back.
you guys got to meet.
Me too.
Stay with us. There's a lot more to come here on Girl Talk.